Caramba, nem lembrava que tava cedendo.
On the court right now for the Celtics. Rozier's out there with Smart. Then it's Turkoglu. Then it's Olynyk. And it's Zeller in at the 5 spot.
Então, vamos lá.
And we heard from John Henson before the game. A player on the rise. He feels he still has a lot to prove.
Defensively, offensively, I think I'm better offensively than people give me credit for, and I'm stronger than I look. And that's something that I'm trying to prove this year, as I've been proving the last 3 or 4, so it's going to be fun.
Well, it sounds like he still feels like he has something to prove, Greg, but it seems to me he's already known for being that kind of guy.
Yeah, it's a great point. Anybody who plays against him knows he looks plenty strong.
Deixa eu baixar pouco esse volume aqui. Aqui não, acho que não. É aqui mesmo. Perfect. Agora para deixar. Vou deixar.
When you're banging with him, but if he needs to push and motivate himself by playing with the chip on his shoulder, well, a lot of guys have gone a long way in this league using that method.
Vou, Johnson. Nível da bateria do dia.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle sticks for the Bucks?
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots, a key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break transition opportunity. They're really keeping it up-tempo so far.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the floor for Boston, Thomas is the point with Bradley to his side. Tyler Zeller out there with Amir Johnson. And it's Crowder in at the 3 slot.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
And that one's good. Parker.
And Jason Kidd has seen a lot of things in his first few years of coaching. Already changed teams once, and they had some personnel issues, but you cannot deny that he knows how to get the most out of his teams.
Johnson dishes to Zeller. Good, it's Johnson with the assist that time. Zeller's got his first basket.
He has such a nice touch for a big man.
Yeah, and they've got to figure out a way to get a bigger body on him, because if they don't match up his size, then he's going to continue to work them over the rest of the game.
Now here's Mayo. His last outing, he had 8 points.
Ah, não acredito, velho. Tava marcado,
The
mano.
results on the floor, Greg, speak for themselves. He knows what
Mentira,
he
mano.
wants out of his players, Clark, and he keeps them accountable.
And, you know, having that accountability is what made the Bucks so much better last season. Kidd is still a very young head coach. I tell you what, he's shown me a bright future in that capacity for himself.
That's his first personal foul.
And the Celtics did a lot of things right last season, but their offense still had troubles at times. A big part of that was their lack of free throw attempts.
Shooting two.
Beleza. Passa a bola, professor.
He misses the free throw.
Caramba.
The Celtics near the bottom in free throw attempts last year, but at the very bottom in free throw attempts per field goal attempt.
Analytics.
Yeah, I know it. They're all
center
over.
right there. And that last stat is telling as it removes the pace of play from the equation. It's not something they need to fix right away, but going forward, if they're going to develop into a playoff team, they've got to find ways to improve that number.
So from the last game, a win against the Brooklyn Nets.
And we've talked about how in the NBA you've got to
Nossa, velho.
No, there was no hard way about it. I mean, they got
como assim, velho? Tá parecendo eu fazendo bandeja no Kids, mano. Pelo amor de Deus, velho.
Now here's Carter Williams. A 23-point game for him in the win against Brooklyn.
And he also made his presence felt on the defensive side as well. 3 block shots registered in that game.
Fellas, I'll tell you, I was really surprised when Michael Carter Williams got traded last season. It's so hard to find point guards with his length and instincts. I mean, you just have to wonder what's going on in Philly.
On the subject of Michael Carter Williams, his assists went up last season. His rebounds went up last season as well.
Okay,
but
gentlemen,
Greg, the one thing you can't seem to lock down is his shooting stroke.
Yeah, last season hitting just 38% from the field. You expect more out of him at this stage. But remember, this is a young player, and oftentimes your field goal percentage isn't necessarily a reflection of your ability to make shots, but more so your ability to take good ones. So shot selection, I think, plays a role for him as well.
Your Rebco's checked in for Boston.
Laudo.
Carter Williams hits them both. Well, Milwaukee last year became just the 9th team in NBA history to go from Greg being the worst in the league to a playoff team.
Unbelievable what they accomplished. And they had a tough matchup in the first round with the playoff season Bulls, however. Things didn't go well, but they did get some valuable experience from that effort.
Celtics trail by 12. It's Bradley on the wing.
Ah, Bradley, que isso, mano?
Carter Williams with it. Now guarded by Bradley. They set the pick. Monroe, the pass to Maynard. No good. Now Boston takes it the other way.
Well, as you said, guys, I mean, the Bucks struggled early in their series against the Bulls. They got the momentum and forced a game 6. But then were blown out at home to end the series. Ended up losing by 54. That's right, 54. Wow.
And as you said, the Bucks lost on their home floor. One thing about that series is the Bucks introduced their new logo. They gave away free playoff tickets to anyone that turned in their old red gear. Not a bad deal in my book.
That one is off. The Celtics really seemed to get better as last season wore on, too. GA finished the year looking very dangerous.
Yeah, Kevin, with the Celtics, they were dynamite after the All-Star break. Had the second best record in the Eastern Conference post-All-Star.
And the second free throw, good.
You know, one of the big things for the Celtics after the All-Star break was they played smarter. I mean, they went from the middle of the pack in terms of turnovers to a team that rarely made mistakes.
Now here's Monroe. He's coming off a 16-point game against Brooklyn.
And also 4 blocks. I mean, just an important factor.
Grown man's power flush with the long hang on the rim.
2 pontos de falta, Avery Bradley.
And we've seen those kinds of plays get them fired up in the past. Yeah, that's a good point about the Celtics and their turnovers. Last year, after the All-Star break, they were 4th in the league in limiting their mistakes. They played well in their years down the stretch.
The Bucks making a switch here. Antetokounmpo's checked in.
Vamos lá.
Bradley, no good.
Caramba, meu.
And the Bucks arguably were the best story in the Eastern Conference last year. How about going from the bottom of the barrel to a 6th place finish in that Eastern Conference?
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Carter Williams against Thomas. Carter Williams kicks to Parker. Lets it go from 14.
Nossa.
Here's Monroe. Rejected by Lila. And it was not a clean blows and a foul on the finger here. It's a shooting foul, so free throws will be coming up. And for the Bucks, a lot of their improvement came, Greg, as you're talking about, in their play against the Eastern Conference. They went 30-22, Clark, against the rest of the conference.
A nice step for a young team, but you look at it more closely. Basically, the Bucks beat teams they should have beaten, but you know, Kevin, the good teams do that consistently, so a good step for them. You're hot, and that's certainly been the case for Carter Williams. He's got 10 points, and 4 of his points have come at the foul line. He's made the most of those opportunities.
And you can't undervalue the importance of that. Many times a game comes down to which team wins the free throw battle. The edge on the glass is the difference that's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level. Seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Here's Thomas. Jabari Parker making his last shot. It's stolen by
mano, brincadeira.
Out left to the wing. The basket good off the assist from Carter Williams. Carter Williams has got 5 assists tonight.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Carter Williams.
Cara, o Antetokounmpo tá
To the middle,
jogando tudo isso,
here's
velho.
Monroe. The shot misses. And the Celtics going the other way now. They're getting their first look of the season at the Bucks in this one.
And they lost the season series against this squad last year, so trying to bounce back here tonight.
Yeah, and 2 mid-tier teams trying to get a leg up in the conference, guys. We'll see what happens.
Now here's Crowder. Greg Monroe unable to get his shot to go. And the shot's good from Crowder.
That's exactly why you don't leave your feet until the shooter elevates. He went for that pump fake, hook, line, and sinker.
Carter Williams kicks to Antetokounmpo. Monroe dishes to Parker. And he gets it to go. Parker's got 6 here in this quarter.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Oden, a screen on Mayo. Bradley passes to Oden.
Isso!
Rebound, Milwaukee. Monroe's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Mayo kicks to Antetokounmpo. To the inside. Here's Carter Williams. He makes another one. That's 4 up and
Zoeira, mano.
to start his game.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific.
Mais uma vai pra 20, mano.
With their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Now here's Oden. A 20-point game for him in the win against Washington.
And he also chipped in with a couple blocks in that game. Just a hint at the impact he had
Falta.
on the defensive side.
And Bradley gets it to go.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time. Well, so far for Coach Brad Stevens, the Celtics have had nothing but praise for their outstanding young coach. No surprise for those of us who know Brad. The team is really moving ahead in the rebuilding process, and he gets a lot of the credit for that.
And Milwaukee has possession after the basket by Boston. And that is good.
And an open path
Pô, bem era você, Oden.
easy bucket. We've seen that far too many times today.
Crowder with it. Now Mayo defending. Thomas kicks to Yarebko. Dishes to Oden. In the corner, Bradley with it. Just 5 to shoot. Offensive rebound. The second chance up, and that's 2 points on the layup.
Caramba, que
Bradley's
sorte,
got
velho.
6 here in this quarter.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't
Ficamos
been
um tempo na quadra.
Last season, the Celtics had a solid 19-22 road record, Clark. Not the 500 mark most teams want, but a very good effort from a young team, and no one really expected that.
Yeah, and you think about this team that's still growing and has a lot of youth. I mean, that kind of road record, very impressive. Their fans should be feeling pretty good about what the future holds with this group.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Miles Plumlee's checked in for Monroe. Henson comes in for Jabari Parker. And it's Vasquez in for O.J. Mayo. Now here's Smart. Following the miss by John Henson. Olynyk with it. Now the dish to Smart. Turkoglu outside. From past the arc. Antetokounmpo pulls it in.
And thinking back on the Celtics, on the road, their away record doesn't tell the whole story. They won their last 7 road games in that tremendous playoff push.
There's the pass to Caboclo.
Ah, no.
And here's Smart. Kicks to Turkoglu. Puts it up from 17. Can't hit.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Baseline try, and he overshot that one, missing.
Another away from home note for the Celtics. They were 7-1 in road games against the rest of their division. Their road play was the driving factor as to why they made the playoffs.
Now here's Smart. Here's Olynyk. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
And the thing with Kelly Olynyk, he does some stuff that really helps you, and some also that will hurt. I mean, he's highly skilled. He's got the deep range, textbook positioning in terms of the post. A lot of tricky moves down there. Yet he has a hard time being effective against great athletes, which the NBA is filled with. So he's going to have to evolve as a basketball player if he wants to be effective.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Well, and back to Kelly Olynyk. As a coach, you have to identify the matchups where he can be effective because, Clark, he's against explosive long-limb guys. They'll take advantage of it.
Yeah, they will, but in the right matchup, he's effective. He can help you. He makes 35% of his threes, has done that for the last 2 years, and I think he gives you some toughness and rebounding as well. I like him as a second-unit player.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
And, guys, that was an element of his game that he could not get turned around. I mean, he was really in a funk, and it lasted all season.
Meu Deus, tá amassando!
The Milwaukee Bucks ended last season 41-41, velho. Perfect 500 mark, and they were the epitome, Clark, of average at the end of the season.
Deus, cara.
And as you can see, even during it.
Well, they're a young team, but at one point, 17-17. Also had an 11-11 record against the East and 6-6 against the West.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. He's coming off a 10-point game against Brooklyn. And Plumlee kicks to Vasquez. Plumlee with the screen.
Não tem chute.
And again, the Bucks
Tem bola, Willian. Eita, só foi elogiar. Ah, não acredito. Ai, nossa senhora, velho. Nossa, só foi elogiar, velho.
So in every measurable way, they were 500.
Here's Caboclo following the basket by Chris Middleton. Pass to Mickey. Now here's Smart, guarded by Vasquez. The Celtics need to get a shot off. And the shot is good. The Bucks lead has been cut down to just 12 points with the basket from Smart.
You know, just thinking back to that Milwaukee factoid again, I mean, the odds that we'll ever see something like that happen again are minuscule. I mean, that team was just destined to end up 41-41.
And the shot is good.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of him.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Now here's Turkoglu.
Caixa, Turkoglu.
Picked up 12 points in their last win against Washington.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. Strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong.
Velho, que droga, mano.
Just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Some changes for
Tá
Boston.
difícil.
Zeller, he's checked in for Kelly Olynyk, and Amir Johnson subbed in for Mickey. Now here's Middleton. He picked up 18 points in their last win against Brooklyn.
And don't forget about his playmaking in that game either. I mean, he did a great job of attacking the D.
Paga pra ver não, mano. Paga pra ver não, velho.
Himself and his teammates.
Here's Smart. Giannis Antetokounmpo making his last shot. Here's Caboclo, and it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Caramba, o Middleton tá
Now we'd like to take
com
this moment
falta
to show
já,
the
mano.
teams that a year ago made a trademark of scoring points off turnovers. In the third spot, the Bucks.
Cara, eu tô carregando bem pelo menos as
Turned all
faltas.
those mistakes into points at the
Ah,
other
deu
end. That
nosso nível, né,
aggressive
velho?
style really
Adianta.
yielding big dividends. Yeah, and I think everyone knew the Bucks would be much improved
acabou, Flo.
last season, but to see the jump into the middle of the playoff picture, I think that took everybody by surprise.
Carter Williams, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. Now here's Carter Williams. 14 points for him.
Ah, mano,
And the
como
foul
assim,
on
velho?
Marcus Smart. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. 4th team foul.
Here is Vasquez. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. And the
Caramba.
Bucks lead by 16. Boston's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot
Okay,
dropping
okay.
out there for them. Pass to Caboclo. 26 seconds left in the second quarter. Here's Johnson.
Caramba, pai, que passe ridículo, velho.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Como passar vergonha ao vivo, mano.
Bucks leading by 16. Carter Williams dishes to Antetokounmpo. All sorts of time. Offensive rebound.
O que? Rebote, mano.
Williams
Ah, não, velho.
sinks the triple.
Ah, mano.
Williams has got 17 now.
He could have forced a tough inside shot, but made a terrific kick out to find the open jumper instead.
A dominating
Pelo amor de Deus, velho.
And what a show being put on here for the home fans tonight. I'm Ernie Johnson, along with Chicago. It's Milwaukee with the advantage at the half. They are dominating the scoring, leading by 19. Kenny, let's go to you. Your opinion on... And that's going to do it for now as the second half is just about to get...
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. One guy who's been getting it done is Michael Carter Williams.
Yeah, he was in attack mode from the word go.
Ah, que isso, mano? Ah, pra que isso, velho?
Take a look at his shot chart. It looks
Como
like the
assim,
ink
velho?
spilled right at the rim. No reason for him to settle for anything less.
The
Que?
dynamite pair of Antetokounmpo
Ah!
and Parker at forward.
Zoeira, né?
It's Carter
Ih,
Williams.
velho.
It's Monroe in at the center position. That's the group
Possível,
from Milwaukee
cara.
right now. Johnson with a screen on Parker. Off the screen. Oh, and the
Oh,
jam by
finalmente,
Johnson.
velho. Alguma
Boy, he
coisa?
picked him out brilliantly with that feed inside.
Bucks leading by 19 points. Antetokounmpo kicks to Mayo.
Tem que reduzir isso aí pra 10 antes do
Back to
quarto.
Antetokounmpo. It's Monroe, high post. Johnson's there. 5 to shoot. It's stolen by
Bem,
Johnson.
Johnson.
And pushing it up. Here's Boston. Here's Thomas. A good finish
Tá
at the
lá.
back off the slick
Já,
feed.
Thomas.
Thomas got 5 points so far.
Wow,
Pensei que eu ia tomar o toco ainda, velho.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look
Não deixa, não
fun
deixa.
and easy.
Não deixa.
Milwaukee the rebound.
Ah,
And a
mano.
foul called on
Deixa
the
eu pegar
shot.
rebote
Got him on
ainda,
the
velho.
wing that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Complica, velho. Complica, Mir Johnson. Complica, meu
And
filho.
what a double machine Greg Monroe is becoming. Top 6 for power forwards last season, top 5 for centers. And his game is only continuing to evolve.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. Well, Greg, the thing about Monroe, we knew he was a prolific scorer and a rebounder when he was a 5-star recruit out of high school. So, Clark, this is nothing new for him.
I think what you see, Kevin, is the added muscle coming into play and benefiting him. He's just an average athlete, but being stronger makes him more effective.
Now, here's Thomas. 5 points in the game. Passes to Johnson. Back to Thomas. Nice ball movement by Boston. Here's Oden. Good team by Parker. Bucks leading by 18. Mayo drives in. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. And that's now 9 points for O.J. Mayo. Now, here's Thomas. Down low. Johnson gets the bucket.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
Carter Williams kicks to
Fala,
Parker.
marcação.
And he gets it to go.
Pesado esse Oden, velho.
And just a little bit
Tá
ragged
louco.
defensively there, Clark.
Pelo amor de
And when it
Deus,
comes to
velho.
Michael Carter Williams, guys, I feel like people either love him or they don't.
Deixa eu ver um bagulho aqui. Deixa eu ver um bagulho aqui, mano.
At all. I mean, he
Ah,
has the
vou
size
trocar o
to
nome
plays
desse negócio
hard,
aqui pra
but he's
passando
also had
raiva
some
ouvido.
injuries, and he's been very inconsistent at times.
Celtics trail by 20. Oden a screen. Bradley kicks to Oden. No excellent D there from Parker.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
Well, going back to Michael Carter Williams, he is a polarizing prospect. For example, Greg, when you played the position, he gives you a lot of assists.
Cara, tem que ser nosso esse rebote, meu. Caramba, velho.
He gives you plenty of rebounds and steals as well, but sometimes the shot also, Kevin, not necessarily where you'd like it to be.
Cara.
At times he couldn't throw a rock in the ocean. This guy just really struggled.
Fazer 10 pontos aí pra tirar essa vantagem. Agora 11, né? 12. Vai.
And so Greg Monroe nails both of them. One thing about Greg Monroe, he is a highly skilled big.
He really is. I love the fact that he can do so much. He can post you up, he can pop out, knock down the 15-footer. He's an
Tá fechando essa
outstanding
defesa.
passer.
Volta, Oden.
At his size, those are skills that have served him and his teams well.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. 10 points for him. The drive by Monroe.
Vem!
Oden sends it back.
Vambora, Crowder. Isso!
That's another one for him.
Bem, menino Crowder.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Vamos que dá,
Here's
velho.
Monroe. 9 points in the game so far. Milwaukee,
Nossa.
not good that time either.
And getting back to Greg Monroe, guys, he made some subtle strides last season.
Muito
Best
não.
rebounding average of his career, up to 75%
Ah,
on his free
mano.
throws. And how about this little nugget? Not one three-point attempt last season. That tells you he's starting to mature.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. They're really
Ai,
pushing
meu Bradley.
around straight bully ball.
Carter
Droga, na
Williams
frente
kicks to
dele.
Parker.
I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen throughout. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turned into quick points.
And that can't continue. I mean, if they hope to get back in this game, I mean, it's really deflating from a morale standpoint. They need stops and points, not turnovers. Very well executed pick to give him all kinds of space to get that one off.
Caramba, velho.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
Well, you know, last season I thought the Celtics made some strong waves in the East. I mean, they kept fighting and fighting all season long, and they ended up in the playoffs because of that never-give-up attitude.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Thanks, Kevin. Jason Kidd had some words for his team over that last break. He told the team he wanted to run their offense through Parker. Coach emphasized getting him as many touches as possible, saying he is going to be one of the guys to carry us the rest of the way. Those could prove to be crucial changes to their strategy with this game getting ready to enter the stretch drive, Kevin.
All right, Doris. Milwaukee with the ball. Following the three-pointer by Boston.
Que isso, velho?
The basket good off the assist from Carter Williams.
Fácil, velho.
Carter Williams has got his 8th assist in the game. And for the Celtics, 28 of their 40 wins on the season came against the East. Not impressive, but it got the job done in a conference which could be had at times, obviously.
That's true, but what should be noted, Kevin, about the Celtics against the East is just how well they played against the Eastern Conference playoff team.
Right.
I mean, against the East top 8, they shot a lot better and executed
Isso,
a lot
toma
better
pouco.
as well. So you can see them stepping up the
Depois.
game against the competition.
And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for the Bucks.
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few.
Eu
They've repeatedly
acredito,
gotten out on
mano.
the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Now here's Crowder. He's got 16. Here's Olynyk.
Falta.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials on the
Quinta
contact,
falta do
and he'll shoot
Middleton.
2. He's gone 3 for 4 from the line.
Acha.
That free throw is in. And the Bucks making a change
essa
here.
bola,
Vasquez
velho.
comes in. And he's good on the second. Milwaukee leading by 2.
Cara, tem que fazer 10 pontos aí, mano. Pra
Carter
poder
Williams,
vir.
the pass to Antetokounmpo. And Parker, here we go. And he gets it to go. Parker's got 6 points in the quarter.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense.
Tá, não vamos. Vamos afobar não. Vamos afobar
I think
não.
they really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
Now, here's Olynyk. He has 6. Parker with the steal.
Nossa, velho. Tem que confiar mais, velho.
Here's Vasquez. Takes it off the glass. Vasquez has got 6.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Shot by Crowder, no good.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint. Oh, they are putting the hammer down.
Ó, mano.
Right now.
Mano!
Doesn't matter if we're talking about
Pra
their
quê,
offense or
velho?
defense. I mean, it's all been good.
Henson checked in for Antetokounmpo. The Celtics also changing it.
Cara, só milagre agora,
comes
mano.
in for Jay Crowder. And Marcus Smart is subbed in for Bradley.
Passando raiva, velho.
Vasquez dishes to Henson. And there's the second dunk to finish it off.
Just too dominant in the low post to let him have the ball in that close.
Really simple opportunity for him. I mean, that's his bread and butter there.
Smart kicks to Thomas. Here's Olynyk.
Ah, como assim, velho? Sozinho, mano.
Vasquez with it. Now Thomas defending. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one.
Ah, você tá louco,
A
mano.
lot of contact there.
Não sei nem se eu devia estar jogando esse jogo, mano.
Well, for Jabari Parker in his rookie year, not the kind of NBA career start that he wanted. Played great. Was probably the rookie of the year up until the time he was injured, blowing the knee and cutting his season short.
A great call. He definitely would have had a great chance. Really just made a transition seamlessly. Very efficient as a rookie before that injury, but which was a really tough thing to watch for anyone
Falta.
as he was showing so much promise early on in his career.
One shot.
Check out the game for Olynyk. He's got 8 points, and he's done his job at the charity stripe. He's gotten 4 of his points from there.
And that's a good place to get them. They don't come easier than that, but you've got to get yourself there first.
Now here's Vasquez. He's got 6. Tries a 3. And he gets it to go. Vasquez has got 9 points.
Unbelievable. This guy is
Inacreditável mesmo.
in a zone.
And he knows it. You can see it. Body language, the confidence. Real swagger out there for him.
Ah, mano.
Steal. Here's Parker. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. And Jabari Parker, as a rookie, drafted number 2 overall behind Andrew Wiggins. Clark, there was much debate about which of these players, which of these prospects would be better NBA players. What do you think?
Well, I think both showed they're very capable of being stars in the league. Parker got off to a great start, averaging 30 minutes a game until, unfortunately, he had the ACL injury. And Wiggins, conversely, went on to have a big-time season, winning Rookie of the Year.
Here's Carter Williams. That falls.
Mano, se o Isaiah Thomas na marcação, ele não fez nada, velho.
Has got his 3rd assist on the night. Thomas kicks to Zeller. Zeller, a screen on Carter Williams. Looking to end the run.
Junto, Lila, que meu, vai junto, pô.
And when you compare Wiggins and Parker, really 2 different types of players. I mean, Wiggins has that unmatchable athleticism. Parker beats you with an incredible skill. And also, tremendous maturity for such a young player.
No.
Now here's Smart, guarded closely. And there's the feed to Zeller. He kicks it to Olynyk. Shot clock at 2. And it's off from 3-point range.
And, you know, going back to Parker versus Wiggins, guys, I mean, that debate could last a long time. Both guys have the look of perennial all-stars. It could be the number of championships.
Misericórdia, viu, velho? Misericórdia, mano.
Here's Thomas after the basket by Milwaukee. Zeller, a screen on Carter Williams. Thomas passes to Zeller. Jacks up a 3. That is good. And that's 12 points for Kelly Olynyk.
Boy, they've been terrific from beyond here in the second.
Exactly what the doctor ordered. Those 3-point bombs will erase the deficit quickly if they can keep it up.
They get the rebound.
And with room like that off the pitch,
Bem smart.
To knock that one down.
Aí, vontade.
Greg, they executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
He's lost it in this quarter, no doubt about it. Nothing seems to be going.
Maçando o aro, Thomas.
It's the
Que isso?
And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession. Mickey's checked in for the Celtics.
Vontade, hein, Smart?
For Isaiah Thomas.
Mano, não acredito, cara. Sai Olynyk.
On defense, Boston. Parker sets the screen for Carter Williams. He dishes it to Henson. Here's Plumlee. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
That's an unusual, surprising miss for him. Typically, he's good on those inside.
Picked by Zeller. Down low.
Ah, como assim, velho? Ah, mano, não é possível, cara. Não, para. Pelo amor de Deus, cara.
Parker with it. And Zeller picks him up defensively. Shot from 12. Can't get it to go. Now Boston takes it the other way. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
The fans certainly got in that game. Boy, was that a battle, and it turned out to be a real gritty win for them.
Yeah, they saved their best for last that day. Got it done in overtime.
Cara, se eu conseguir...
Williams. He's got 23.
Se eu conseguir vencer esse jogo, velho.
The shot is off.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish.
Caixa! Ah.
The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already.
Cara, se eu conseguir vencer esse jogo.
And we're rolling here again with the 4th quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. Milwaukee's gone 3 of 7 tonight from 3-point territory. On the court for the Celtics, we've got Mickey. Rozier's out there with Bradley.
Ah, deixou.
And it's Caboclo into the three.
And you can see he just caught a glimpse of the open man on the perimeter and immediately got him the basketball.
Os caras já estão com reserva dos reservas.
Here's Mickey. And he pulls in the way up off the glass.
Pô, o cara foi na sua também.
For joining the Paratroopers club on that pump fake.
Milwaukee has gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the three ball here.
You guys, something new for the NBA is
Caramba, velho.
GH testing that's been put in
Mirim,
place.
só falta,
Something
né?
the league hasn't had too many issues with.
Outro chutador,
Better
aí
to
sim.
stamp it out early. And hard to argue that it should be in place.
Ennis, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Here's Vaughn. Shakes off the strong D and gets the bucket for 2.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
Bem, Mickey.
The rim rattler.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now.
That's straight up Showtime stuff right there, baby. Major highlight reel material.
O'Brien. It's
Bing.
deflected. And up the court come the Celtics on the break. Bradley's got the ball.
Caboclo.
Shot by Caboclo, no good. The Bucks have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. And with the HGH testing, it's done in every major sport. Seems like the right thing to do for the NBA. Just make sure everyone is on a level playing field, so to speak.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I think the punishment will be fair.
Nossa,
First positive gets
é
you a
rebote,
20-game
velho.
ban. The second one, 45.
Bradley can't get it to go. And the Bucks, they're shooting an outstanding 53% for the game. Now here's Ennis. Not a lot of room. And there's the pass to Inglis. 5 on the clock. He feeds it to Ennis. Takes the 3.
Ah, tá.
Celtics shooting from the field, 44%, not bad. Outside Bradley. And stolen by Mayo. And it's the Bucks on the break. Vaughn gets the bucket.
Yeah, and that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast start.
Que louco, velho.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
Now here's Bradley. Pass to Mickey. To the right side. Jacks up a 3.
Rozier de 3.
And the basket by
Rozier.
Just a little confusion among the D as to who was supposed to be on it.
Feeds to Ennis.
Yeah, the NBA Development League now celebrating its 15th anniversary and a lot of change over that time. None of the original 8 teams still playing in their original locations. Still, it's only growing. I think we'll see it grow to 30 teams before long.
Releases. It's good. With that basket, he's now 5 for 9. Bucks have gone
Correr atrás agora do resultado, faltando 8 minutos, é embaçado mesmo.
And a little over 3.5 minutes
aqui,
in the books so far here in the fourth.
Alô.
Pass to Inglis. Lock at 6. Ennis dishes to Mayo.
Nossa, mano.
O'Brien.
Esse bote tem que ser nosso, velho.
Passes it to Ennis. Dishes it to Mayo. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Ennis kicks to Inglis. Here's O'Brien. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score. Greg, you're talking about the D-League. Not really a moneymaker yet, but it's really benefited, Clark, the NBA in so many ways.
Clearly has, Kevin, a place to train new players, officials, and executives or management. A way to test out possible rule changes. I think building revenue is the focus, though, and the players make a small salary, but the NBA Development League is helping the NBA be better.
And for Tyler Ennis, first-round draft pick last season, Never got to see quality minutes. Average only about 12.5 minutes per game. I think a lot of promise. I think people feel that he's got a very high ceiling.
Yeah, you know, a lot of scouts another year of college. So in some respects, last year was that for him. It's still an adjustment period. And you know, let's face it, you could say that about a lot of guys who come out as freshmen, but Ennis in particular.
Oden a screen. Rozier the pass to Oden. And the pass to Rozier. That three off the mark.
On
the topic of Tyler Ennis, he had neither the strength nor the jump shot to make a difference last year. He also turned the ball over way too much. I mean, that's a bad combination for your point guard. It'll be interesting to see if he can regroup and have a better second season.
Now here's Oden to the middle. Here's Caboclo.
On with the rebound. He's always going to have a difficult time finishing when the defense is in his face like that.
Now here's Ennis. Defense is right there. Pass to Inglis. All alone.
Só, mano. Só. Ele vai fazer, velho.
Crowder's got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight.
And talking about Tyler Ennis, he's not the most athletic guard or the tallest, but he has a gigantic wingspan. He's not a natural shooter, but he's instinctive and loves to take charge at big moments. So, complicated prospect. You really need a crystal ball to predict his future.
Now here's Ennis.
Fazer o que? Já que acabou o jogo, vamos treinar, né, velho? Vamos treinar.
Ennis has got 4 this quarter.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Here's Rozier. Back to Oden. Pass to Rozier. There's the triple. Boston, no good that time either.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
Bryant, no good.
It's almost as if there's a lid on the hoop for him right now. He still hasn't gotten one to fall in the quarter.
Now the dish to Oden.
And just way too early to tell how this year's group
turn
out, but just from an early look, they seem to be a group that can contribute. They're definitely not going to be a class with a small impact on the league.
Here's Vaughn.
Vocês estão uma outra parte aqui.
Now Ennis. Pass to Vaughn. Kicks it to Ennis. From deep. Rebounded by Caboclo.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Isso, Caboclo!
And he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Yeah, how about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
Yeah, we call that playing through the whistle. You know, he didn't give up on it when he heard the whistle. He kept his focus, his concentration, and he found a way to get the shot up and down.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Plumlee is checked in for Vaughn, and it's in for Ennis.
He's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
Vasquez, guys, remarkable consistency over the last 3 seasons.
Yeah, his three-point percentage went up a little bit, Kevin, but that's about it. I mean, it's possible. We just need to accept that this is who he is. I mean, he's a good playmaker. He plays with great enthusiasm and energy, and we need to leave it there. Don't expect much more than that.
And talking about Vasquez, guys, good size for a point guard. Solid ball handler and playmaker when he's put in that role.
Tá louco, tomando uma surra, velho. Uma surra, velho.
To Kyle Lowry.
Now here's Vasquez. They set the pick. Inside. And Oden sends it back.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Here's Rozier. Here's Mickey. And terrific
Hey, Jordan Mickey.
Offensive glass, and he picks up 2. Mickey's got 8 points here in this quarter. Milwaukee's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. And he was camped in the lane there.
3 segundos no garrafão, amigo.
For Boston, they've got a pretty good rhythm going offensively, shooting 8 of 15 for the quarter. Here's Rozier, the pass to Caboclo. Oden a screen. Caboclo kicks to Crowder.
Acabou aqui. Se não dá, né, filho?
With it. Pass to O'Brien to the left side wing. In the corner, Mail with it. For three. And Boston with the rebound. Oden's got 6 rebounds in the game. So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Guys, untidy. You've got to value the possession of the basketball.
Simply put, out of control is how they've played thus far. They're going to have to reel it in and show some more discipline.
Here's Vasquez following the three-pointer by Boston. The Bucks working the ball around. Swiped away.
Vem, passa a bola já rápido.
And here's Crowder. The feed to Oden. Oden a screen. Rozier the pass to Oden. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws.
The story in the first half was their low free throw percentage. They've corrected that here in the second half, and hopefully they can build on it as this game continues to progress.
Well, the game's getting bigger, going international. But at least in the U.S., it really seems the game is going indoors. Back in the day, the legends of the game still played on the blacktop. That's becoming a thing of the past.
Here from Milwaukee. And speaking, Clark, of playground basketball, why do you think that is, that players are going indoors?
Well, I think one reason is playing on hardwood is
legal, velho. Quem ficou ali, pô?
Safer overall. The game has changed and it's big business now, but there are still plenty of weekend warriors who get their hoop on outside.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. Parker, a screen on Bradley. Antetokounmpo dishes to Parker. Clock at 6. And taken away by Johnson. And pushing it up, here's Boston. Johnson's got the ball.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how
Cara, olha só, velho, se eu tivesse reduzido aquela de 20 para 10, eu estaria chegando já.
And so it's going to end up in the record book
Vem,
as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Bucks.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought.
Eu vi muita bandeja desse jeito também, né?
Clark, and you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
I certainly did, and they just cracked it open and made it an in-seat.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And asserting themselves right from the start, guys. They'll be taking the front end of a 4-game season series between these two clubs. They've got to feel good getting the upper hand tonight against the Celtics.
A fantastic show.
No. What an
amazing all-around game it was for Carter Williams. He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
And here is Antetokounmpo after Avery Bradley was able to get the triple. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Parker. Another miss by Parker.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take. They clearly look like a different team now. Suddenly, they've got some energy out on the floor.
Yeah, but it's come a little too late to have a real impact on the game, though. We call this box score window dressing. All it's going to do is make the numbers look a little better than it was.
Se eu tivesse tirado aquela vantagem de 20 para 10, teria ganho. Eu acho que a conta é essa, né? Não sei. Joguei pra passar raiva, velho. Tá louco, mano. Não jogo mais esse bagulho, né?
The 2K Sports Postgame Show.
Hey y'all, Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome back for the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Michael Carter Williams. He had a double-double and made a huge difference tonight. He never let up, and his performance really inspired the rest of his team.
Just a sensational performance on a lot of levels, Ernie. Too many levels.